The hot weather this summer is causing millions of people to rev up their air conditioners, but with all that extra electricity being used, the time is ripe for brownouts and blackouts. That's why the July issue of ShopSmart Magazine has some tips on what you should and shouldn't do with the food in your fridge in case of a power outage. Joining us now is Jody Rohlena, senior editor for ShopSmart. Jody, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, and you know, you have to expect the unexpected. If you haven't had a blackout or brownout yet, chances are you're going to. You had one yesterday.
I had one yesterday, yeah. What crazy timing, and luckily I knew what to do.
Right, so these are some good tips. So you get home and you open up the refrigerator and you notice it's not warm in there. I mean, it's not cold in there.
The lights off, and you know, if it's not cool in there, that's when you have to be careful. So keep the door closed. You know, that's really important. Take note of the time when the power went out, and then you know you've got like a 4-hour window. So keep the door closed. Things should last for about 4 hours in the refrigerator, 24 to 48 in the refrigerator. But again, leave the door closed.
Okay, and if you don't know when the power went out, like let's say you've been gone all day and you can't tell, it's not good to just sniff the food or check it that way.
Yeah, try and get a fridge thermometer. They're not that expensive, and you can keep an eye on that. If the temperature goes below 40 degrees for more than 2 hours, get rid of the perishable food. You don't want to take a chance.
And it's a good idea to have a cooler. I do not have a cooler in my apartment. I should though, right?
Yeah, you should, because that way if things are, if the power's out, staying out, and you're starting to worry about your food, you can pack it with some ice, put the perishables in there, and you might be able to preserve them that way.
And what about if you have ice cream and frozen yogurt and it still has the ice crystals on it? Can you keep it?
You shouldn't. You really should get rid of it. It's dairy. You don't want to take a chance with it. Throw it away.
Throw it away. But there are some things you can keep, like the butter in the refrigerator.
Yeah, surprisingly, butter is fine, and hard cheese. So although those are dairy, they will last a little bit longer. Veggies, raw vegetables, and fruit juices, those will last up to 24 hours. So you don't have to toss everything.
You don't necessarily have to just throw everything out. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes you think, okay, the power's back on now, I can just throw things back in the freezer. If you put them in a cooler for a while, probably not a best idea to refreeze.
No, a lot of things you shouldn't refreeze. If there are no ice crystals, or again, if you've got this food thermometer, if the temperature is above 40 degrees, you don't want to refreeze it. It could be dangerous.
Okay, and then I know in the summer you have lots of meats, things for the grill. So if these juices have
if the juices leak onto anything, you've got a potential food poisoning situation. You don't want to mess around, so toss anything that's come into contact with juice from raw meat.
Okay, so yesterday when you had your incident, did you have to put some of these into place, or was it just a quick?
Well, everything was fine. I knew not to open the door, and I was thirsty, but I kept the door shut, and everything was fine. The power wasn't off for more than 4 hours, and I knew that. So, yeah, everything was saved.
Okay, Jody, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.